Hello everyone, this is Trevito. This is the new channel brought to you by the creators of Grand Elder and Jackie Chan on Facebook. I wanted to begin the channel just by talking about the Saiyans. Now, Dragon Ball Super, the Super I believe now, is basically just going to be talking about the legendary Super Saiyans and their powerful warrior god race. From the beginning of the series, if you notice, the first thing that they go ahead and do is basically put the Saiyans up against a god of destruction, Beerus. Now, of course, Goku loses that fight, but I believe that that's for an ending in the future where Beerus and Goku would go ahead and duke it out for one final battle, and then Goku will probably win. Right now, with the Universal Tournament arc, though, coming up, I believe that it's really important to point out a few things. Now, one, we recently got the picture of the new female Super Saiyan, who's the first female Saiyan ever. She looks just like Broly, which is pretty crazy, and I feel like since before Broly was the first, you could say, legendary Super Saiyan that they really try to hype up as far as making him, the quote-unquote poster boy for what a legendary Super Saiyan should look like. I believe that that's what they're trying to focus more on. I think picking a female also was perfect for it, because as we know, the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, it comes from emotions, and with increased estrogen, females do tend to be more emotional beings. So I think the legendary Super Saiyan transformation, which I guess would be more of the Super Saiyan rage, that's what they're trying to go for. They're just trying to show how the Saiyans react from an emotional standpoint. And if I know the guys have a lot of pride, but if this girl is way more emotional than Gohan, Trunks, Goku, Vegeta, then who knows how powerful she could be with the kind of rage that she would be throwing out there. I think that she's going to play a significant role in the arc, not necessarily as a winner of the arc. I actually don't think that there even will be a winner of the arc, other than the fact that they're going to end up surviving. When it comes to the survival arc, I believe that the Saiyans are going to have a very significant role. What the Saiyans are going to do is they're going to play a role as kind of like the low-level race that they once were before. I think it's going to be like a recurring theme where, before they were a lower level, like enslaved race to Frieza and Frieza's army. But right now, if you really think about it, all these gods, they have all these fighters fighting each other just for kind of like their amusement, but at the same time, they're all going to end up dying. Now, I do believe that some of the Saiyans that are in Universe 6 will be appearing. Obviously, Cabba's going to be appearing. Now we have this new female Broly. But I do believe that the Saiyan King is going to make an appearance, only because he was teased a bit before when Cabba brought him up and said that Vegeta reminded Cabba of the King. And it made sense because, Vegeta, if you really think about it, he's kind of the king of Saiyans right now since his father's not alive. But I do believe that the King of Saiyans will make an appearance and he will fight. If he is a prideful, very powerful king, and let's say they do tell him, hey, the destruction of our universe is going to be on the line, I think if he thinks he's so strong, he's going to want to take a jab at all these other fighters. I think that he might say, if he's very prideful, he might say, oh, well, if Cabba is able to achieve this transformation, so can I. Which brings about the potential of the Saiyans also. Not only will that female Broly show some of the potential the Saiyans have, but I also believe that Cabba and or the Saiyan King probably can go Super Saiyan Blue now. Knowing how competitive Champa and Beerus are, and knowing that this competition is going to be for the survival of their respective universe, I can't see why Champa or Vados would not train Cabba or any other Saiyan the way that Beerus and Whis are. So I think that the Saiyans are going to play a major role. I think what's going to happen is there's going to be a couple gods of destruction that kind of envy the Saiyans, and maybe they might even put in a little more of a backstory to where the Saiyans maybe there was a Saiyan God of destruction, or maybe there was one ultimate, Saiyan God that, bred between both of those universes. And maybe, for centuries and thousands of years, that's what they've been doing, is just trying to, oppress Saiyans and keep them lower because they know their potential. And maybe the Saiyans have the potential to become even stronger than the angels. I mean, we just saw what happened, in the last arc with Trunks, how the Saiyans went, Vegito, they were able to take down and merge the Masu, which is supposed to be some, ultimate supreme god kind of thing. I mean, Zamasu himself even envied Goku. He, like, if there was any, mortal race that he did have some sort of an admiration for, definitely it was the Saiyans. I mean, he took Goku's body. He recognized their power. He even said a couple times, wow, like, I love this Super Saiyan power. He respected, the strength and power that they had, that he even knew that he wouldn't even be able to achieve on his own, and it was unbelievable. Knowing this, I feel like there are going to be other guys that are going to have, similar traces of Masu, but the Saiyans are just not going to have it. The Saiyans aren't there to be bullied. The Saiyans will respect other people, but they're not going to go down without a fight. So I believe what's going to happen is that somebody's going to feel that the Saiyans are a threat. Somebody's going to connive something up, try to cheat. One of the Saiyans is going to try to stick up for themselves, and then we're going to have Saiyans versus gods. I think the angels might try to intervene. Then that's when I think maybe, the Grand Priest might intervene as well. And the Grand Priest might separate the tournament and say, okay, you know what? Forget everything else. How about Saiyans versus gods of destruction, just for the survival of all the mortals? You never know. But that's pretty much all I have to say about this topic. I'll probably go more into detail about it in other videos. This is the first one. Please like this video and subscribe. I definitely want to grow this channel and blow it up. Again, this is one of the creators from Grand Elder and Jackie Chun. Put our links to our Facebooks and other social media below. And thank you guys. I can't wait for the next video.